Myles went through a very challenging time this year when he came down with the coronavirus.
Yeah. What people don't realize is Myles has, and all three kids actually have asthma, and it's something I gave them genetically. Um, and it's ironic because you don't view elite athletes as being, you know, respiratorily challenged, but every year Myles goes through a phase where he needs an inhaler. He goes through a bronchitis phase, a sinus infection. It's happened since he was a little person.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happened COVID hit him in that same time frame. And so the struggle of watching him and just, we didn't go up there because, we couldn't subject ourselves. My husband said he didn't think he could live through it again. So, we had to kind of FaceTime with his girlfriend. His girlfriend who lives with him got nothing. They never tested positive or anything. He has a girlfriend that lived up there with him and a guy friend, that works for him, and they got nothing in the same house. And Myles, he was like, this took me down. And so watching him, I'm always keeping an eye on him anyway, especially in cooler weather. When you have asthma like that and you're trying to be an athlete, you're sucking in cold air in lungs that are already, just kind of compromised. It was rough watching him. They didn't show it a lot on TV during games, but he'd be kneeling on the sideline or sucking in oxygen on the sideline. And as a mom, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done, was to have him watch him go through that stuff.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize things were to that extent.
Yeah.
So did he ever consider opting out knowing that he has asthma? Did you guys have a discussion like that?
He never considered it. We got it in July, and going into August, it almost cost Lawrence his life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was that touch and go. He had COVID-induced pneumonia. The breathing was compromised. They intubate you, from my understanding, at 88% oxygenation. He was at 89. He went to the emergency room twice. I remember Bria calling me because even though I was sick, I was definitely mild, and I was, trying to take care of him. And she said her dad told her, "I'm scared to go to sleep because I'm scared I won't wake up." It was to that level. And what most people don't realize is that Myles took just before, literally the day before camp was to start, he flew down here, and we wouldn't let him get any further than the driveway to lay eyes on his parents because we didn't know technically.
Wow.
Yeah. Even though mine was different, but very, very mild to me. The fatigue was crazy. But Lawrence was touch and go. Myles is also a very private guy, so he didn't, expound upon how, bad his dad's version of it was. And he was worried because it was the start of football season. He couldn't stay. He didn't know if that was the one and only time. And ironically, my husband had a 100-year-old grandmother who early in the COVID fight lost her life to COVID. Yeah, we had just celebrated her 100th year birthday, and within a couple of months, COVID had taken her. And so he was losing people. Even though it wasn't COVID related, we lost several very close family members in the first half of 2020 that were just, it was bad. Our family probably collectively has lost maybe 10 or 11 people. Not necessarily COVID related, just the loss.
Wow.
And it was just rough.